Okay, I'm gonna try to get a shot of this here. Got to understand my camera is outside my lab and zoomed in. Hopefully we could see something here. I don't have the camera up at the toroid yet, but let's just see if there's any more sparking here, arcing. And you should see my main gaps over here. My safety gaps are, you can't see them, they're behind the transformer. But alright, let's just test this out. This way I could also watch this video back and watch it myself here. Alright. Let me get back at a safe distance. There we go. And 3, 2, 1. Buzz, 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 nothing. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that's it right now. I did see the spark jump from the primary to the secondary, even with all that insulation on there. I'm at 3.5 to 3 3/4 inches on each side spacing in between the primary and secondary. This is larger than I've ever had it before. I'm not understanding why. Since I rebuilt it. Before I rebuilt it, the spacing was only 2 inches per side, and there was no arcing. You know, so this is strange. I'm gonna check the wiring again, but I've checked it so many times. I'm also going to doesn't seem right that I should need that large of a gap, but before I expand my primary, what, a 4th or 5th time, I don't know how many times I've done this, but I'm gonna use some black tape and insulate only the inside first winding of the primary and see if that helps. I did see for that 1 second it lit up there, even though there was an arc jumping. There are still hold on, let me take this camera off here. I did still get plasma, where's my finger, plasma going from up there to up there. Light bulb lit up, but still it's only keeps working for 1 or 2 seconds too. That's the other problem. I don't know why. I want to point out too that this transformer, before I put it in here, I did test it out thoroughly for a few days even. Many hours at a time. Works fine in my 6-foot Jacob's ladder back there, so you know it's a good test for it, and it worked fine and continuously, and so you know I believe there's nothing wrong with the transformer. It's still me. There's something wrong with me. Alright guys, I'm gonna keep at it here. Okay, getting ready to try this again. See, I got that, I don't know if I told you, I got that little cone on there too, kind of directing it towards the bulb there. That way I stay a little safer. I'm over here in this corner. This is my Van de Graaff generator, just ignore that. I sit next to it. And I black taped like 3 layers thick on the innermost primary winding there. It's a thing with the coupling, the tight coupling and the high coefficiency there. It does put slightly more stresses on your transformer, but at the same time it should render us a thicker plasma discharge and longer. But yeah, okay, let's test this out. I could sit here and yak all day. Let's see some action. And when I finally get this working good, I will record it well and get some good shots of that for you guys. And stepping back. 3, 2, 1. Buzz. There we go. Oh. Can see no. Got my chicken stick. Yeah, see, I don't know what's going on. I did not see any arcs that time. Unless you guys saw them from a little bit different angle here. I didn't see any arcs though. But it's still only firing 1 or 2 seconds at a time. I have to keep flipping the switch on and off. I can't figure out why. I've used the proper procedure in adjusting my spark gaps. You know, you put them to the transformer just itself outside of the circuit, and anyhow, it's a process, and I've went through that already, and I'm still playing with the gaps. I've used a little fan quenching it. It's still something's not right. Why will it not run continuously here? Alright, I don't even remember now if I showed you guys the schematic in part 1 or 2 or not. But here's everything here in the most simplest terms. I don't have values and everything, but this is how everything is wired up. This wire going to the safety gap. This is the safety gaps. This is the main gap. My MMC. This is no longer here. That was a long time ago. It was a different transformer, blah blah blah. And this line here that I got scribbled out is not there. They are not sharing the same ground. I changed that a couple years ago too. But the choke coils. So I forget now with the capacitor and series if that's if that was the safer way or not. I keep getting those two ways of wiring the circuit up confused. One way, you know, it's maybe not as good streamers, but it's higher stresses again on the transformer. But yeah, anyhow, alright guys, well, I'll think about it and see what I can figure out here. Alright, so I pulled my secondary coil off here. There's a grounding rod for it. Maybe what the problem is here. Where's my wire? Is over here. This is not a perfectly round hole, and there's a little bit of space over here, and that's where I have my wire in between the PVC and a piece of wood here, and I think that's the problem. And then even coming down, probably even touching, you know, this other wood in here, and then it comes out this way. So we're gonna put a bigger notch in here, and then I'll insulate this wire really well, and we'll put her back together and try it again. Hopefully that's been our problem.